Drop the bass. Yeah, I'm throwing down. You know, I'm hitting that pro set.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, want to welcome each and every one of y'all out to DeSoto BMX under the Big Top here in DeSoto, Texas. Chris's Corner podcast going down with my sidekick co-host, as always, Mr. Blaine Graham from Magnolia, Texas. Got his boy out here riding, Riley Graham, getting tuned up and ready to go for the 2018 USA BMX Grands here in about a month. I think we're down to 34 days, 33 days. It was 34 days yesterday, so 33 days till the Grands.
Yeah, we're getting close to the month's countdown.
I mean, it is it's time to have all your business worked out and get ready to go pedaling for a few days.
You can see that everybody's trying because I mean, this place is packed.
Yeah, it's phenomenal tonight. Right at 6:30 when it was ready to open sign-up, she had already been open for a little bit so we could kill that line down. And I mean, cars are parked halfway all the way across out there. They're all the way down to the ball field. I mean, Thomas Sechrist, Tanner Sebesta is in the house tonight. He's going to be jumping on with us here in a little bit and be talking to Tanner Sebesta. Thomas Sechrist is going to come on and visit with us a little bit about his plans. I really can't wait to talk to that guy. Going to be some really neat stuff. And then if I can find Ryder X and get his attention, we'll get him over here and get his solid input. He's over there with his girlfriend.
Oh, he's got a
he's
girlfriend
occupied.
now.
Oh yeah. The 19th was what, Friday? Yesterday?
Yep.
That was their 1 month anniversary. He let me know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he had Ryder X had his 1 month anniversary. He's 16, got a truck, hitched up, got him a lovely little girlfriend, Taylor Anderson. That's the daughter of Chris. And I tell you what, dude, she is a super sweet young lady. She's pretty ferocious. She sticks up for her dad, and but yeah, she's a good match for Ryder X.
Somebody's got to keep that boy in line.
Yeah, because I'm starting to have trouble with it. But ladies and gentlemen, we're super excited. We're coming to you, episode number 6. This is episode number 6. And,
it is. I just had to think about that,
yes,
but it is.
This is episode number 6. We're trying something new tonight. We're set up over here, if you're familiar with DeSoto BMX, to kind of give yourself a visual. We're set up on the announcer stand where I spend most evenings and most of my time here at DeSoto BMX is over here on the announcer stand, DJing, running the music, announcing, and pretty much just watching over the tracks, and so we can see the gate. I think we've pretty much found us a new spot.
This is awesome. Although I'm a little, it kind of psychs you out being right out of this corner. I feel like someone's going to come over and clean us out. But
hey, it would make for good audio.
It would.
You know, because the computer's safe, so they'll hit us and not that, and then we go back, and that would sound really good. But yeah, we're super excited. Episode 6, Chris's Corner podcast coming. Of course, you're hearing it recorded, but we're live here at DeSoto BMX under the Big Top in DeSoto, Texas. I'm sure you can hear the gate dropping in the back. I've got chills. I'm super psyched and ready to go. We've got blue skies, just a few clouds out. It's about 68, 69 degrees right now.
Oh, it's perfect.
Hardly any breeze. The weather could not be any better for BMX. The sun's setting over there. We're under the Big Top, under the lights, and we're getting ready to rock and roll. Saturday night racing here at DeSoto BMX under the Big Top in DeSoto, Texas. Man, what oh, look over there. Another Gold's Gym rider. This is a super stud, Tristan Judd.
It is going to be a stack, not a racing.
It should be good. It never disappoints here at DeSoto.
Let's throw down a Pro-Am, see if we can get everybody in.
Well, if you look behind us, we got a birthday party going down for a little balance bike rider. His name is Keaton Wyrick. They've been coming out here. They're always here on practice nights and race nights. Little balance bike guy. But he's super committed. They got, you and I just found out about this gentleman. We got Blippy.
I already forgot it, Blippy.
Let your kids hear about this. Hey, even out here at DeSoto BMX, we've got Blippy. I don't know who Blippy is.
He's here, though.
But Blippy is here, and he's got his horn-rimmed glasses, his suspenders, got his pants pulled up to right below his chest area.
His breast.
They're pulled up. His bust. They're they're pulled up to his chin. He's got his glasses, his suspenders on, and his little hat. But Blippy's running around here at DeSoto BMX, and God bless Blippy.
He's out there doing it for the kids.
Well, I want to let you decide what our first topic of discussion is this evening, sir. Why don't you just kick us off with something fun to talk about?
Oh man. Well, let's talk about this. She's actually coming right by us right now. Shaylin Reno just coming off of the Red Bull World Pump Track.
Yes.
That looked like it was an awesome event.
Yeah,
Did
I was
you
out
see
in
your
Arkansas.
videos? Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
I tried to
we
find
were on there, and I was freaking out. Because when she took off, it was still wet outside. It was raining.
Oh, it looked nasty.
It looked horrible. But she's not playing around. That girl, anything that she gets into, she's just hard charging. I would hate to compete with her.
It looked like it was a really fun event. Had the weather held up for them, I think they would have had a little bit better. That's got to be tough on that asphalt. But looked like it was a really fun event. We were trying to keep track of it. We were down in Florida, so we were trying to keep track of it as the day went on, but I couldn't find any live video of it. So,
well, in the way that where they took off and they were going through them rollers and stuff, they would cross. I don't know where they were crossing because you couldn't see down in it, but they were riding through and then they would cross, and I don't know. It looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, it looked like it was a blast. I'd like to go out there just on a mountain bike, just play around.
Dude, I can't go down the first straightaway on that.
Hey, we
that
did see you do the entire track. We're out here prepping for the track operator race.
That's the extent of my training, sir. I'm ready to go to the 30-foot line.
You're ready to go.
I can race to the 30-foot line.
I think you should just gate up next to Tyler Brown, grab his jersey when he's coming out, and just hang on.
Dude, I'm going to smoke Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown ain't got nothing on me.
Okay.
Yeah, hello, Tyler. Yep, I'm gonna put him in his place. I'm joking.
That's cool.
Yeah, speaking of Shaylin Reno, she's coming right there. She's working on her gates in her first two straights, it looks like.
So we had a bunch of Texas guys down in Florida. Alec Bob made the main event for Elite Men. That was pretty cool to see. He's riding good.
Man, Alec Bob, good Lord. That dude is just cream cheese on a track, just so smooth, and it's unbelievable to watch him ride, watch him train right before he went back to college, come out here to the track, and when that dude turns it on and hits the afterburner, he's just so smooth and fast.
It's kind of cool to watch him go down the Supercross hill because his feet spin so fast, and he never stops pedaling over the jumps. He's going the whole time. It's pretty cool to watch.
Dude, he's a 4-stroke dude. He does not play around. And we're also looking at Tanner Sebesta. He's coming around. Got Thomas Sechrist behind him and Lane Novi. But yeah, that race down in Florida, my goodness, Alec Bob. Who else made the main?
Billy Russell was took second place, A-Pro. I think both days. I don't remember if he was both days, but I'm pretty sure Billy went second. I know he went second place the one day I seen him.
Yeah.
He rode good. Unfortunately, we had some Texas crashing too. Tyler Petty went down pretty hard. Hope he's getting better. I talked to him this week. He sounded like
Did he have a concussion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He Supermaned over that second Supercross jump. It wasn't good. Ray Langford crashed too in the first turn. That was a hard one, man.
I heard he got a little banged up, and that is one of course I always say this. Oh, this is one of my favorite riders, but literally I have so many. Ray Langford is such a good young dude.
He is.
He's very. His parents have done one hell of a job. I mean, he's respectful. He's just a good kid, and I love being around him and visiting with him. He acts like he's 30 years old. You know, when you have a conversation with him, he's got a lot of intellect. He really works hard, trains hard, rides a lot with Dylan Wood.
And he's always up front too. Every time I look, he's always up front. He was in a good position. He got a little out of shape coming into that asphalt corner, man, and he hit hard.
Yeah, he's a Bigfoot. I mean, that kid, he just goes and goes and goes. If he's out front, if they come out of the gate and Rain Langford gets a good gate and he's out front, he stays out front.
Yeah.
And
That's a tough class to do that in, too.
Good Lord. Yeah, they're a bunch of beasts for sure. But yeah, coming up, we're going to visit with Tanner Sebesta, Thomas Sechrist. We'll probably end up with a couple more awesome people on here tonight. Now that we're out here, it's kind of my wheels are spinning here on.
Dude, I can feel the wind as these guys are riding by us.
Yes, they come out of turn 2, and you just kind of feel it. Merrick Backer, he just came by us, giving us the
Throttle
Monster
hand.
Energy Cross wing wing.
Yeah.
Brap sign. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got an awesome human being that I'm super excited. Since we started this podcast, I had this is our 6th episode, and somebody on my list of I don't know what you call it, your bucket list on people that I have to interview on my podcast. I sat there and made me a list, and in the top 3, and this is right up there. There's 3 people that I have always loved talking to when they come to the track, because we get to watch them ride, watch them train, and I've seen you for such a long time, and now watching you at the top level in our sport of BMX, AA Elite Men Pro, riding for Gold's Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the man, the myth, the legend. Tanner Sebesta is in the house.
Hey,
and
guys.
Got the better half and the baby with you tonight here at the big top to watch you ride a little bit. How is everything in Mr. Tanner Sebesta's world?
It's been great lately. I brought the kiddo and wife up today, and we stopped at the zoo in Waco on the way up here and had a little family day, and it's been raining back home in Austin, so our track's been rained out and made the trip back up to DeSoto. It's a regular thing now.
What a motivator that's got to be to have that baby.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Just, you got to pedal.
Yeah,
You got to win some money, baby.
Yeah.
Got to buy them. Got to buy a diaper. Well, not necessarily. It's still in diapers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, still in diapers. It's been a while. I forgot
Yeah.
at what age we ripped the diapers off. But man, it's exciting to have you. And first and foremost, before we even get started with questions in our conversation, I want to thank you for the long-time support. I know you come here, you ride, you got a lot of friends that you've ridden with over the years, whether it be Billy, Brandon Elmore, anybody. All these top elite level riders, everybody has to start somewhere, and just to watch you come down on regular Wednesday nights, Monday nights, always asking if there's anything you can do to help, and just being a good example for everybody and being an awesome guy. I want to thank you.
Yeah, no, thank
for
you.
real. You're fun to be around, and we appreciate having you here at the track.
No, I thank y'all for really stepping up here at this place and getting it running. It's really probably the best it's ever been, huh?
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Now we got a
I had a
gate.
good teacher. you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I'm doing my own thing and my own style of running BMX. But yeah, the new gate's in. I couldn't
Oh, it's
be.
huge.
That's we're at the correct angle. Got the gate that y'all are going to be riding. I felt bad for that first year and a half of I would sit there and beg y'all to come ride and beg you to come ride. Well, yeah, we need to be able to ride anything that's thrown at us, but
Yeah.
the sport has evolved to where your pro racing is on a certain gate, a certain angle. It is what
Yeah.
it is. And to be able to provide that, feels really good to see the pros coming back out between you, Shaylin Reno, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
You have Alec Bob when he's not in school. That kid is phenomenally
Oh, yeah.
smooth and fast and fun to ride.
Yep.
And he stepped up to your class.
He's coming up,
He's
yeah.
your got you another competitor in
Yep.
there of Alec Bob, but I just kind of wanted to holler at you and introduce you to folks who may not. Oh, rider going down. That's why we wear helmets, right, Tanner?
Yeah, he's good.
He,
Look at that.
man, earlier he ran into that crossbar over there.
Oh,
hit
that
his
is the
shin
same
and
little
busted
kid,
it
too.
right open.
He's breaking himself in here.
Hey, it is what it is.
Huh? BMX.
So with everything that you've got going on, I mean, of course, you're doing a whole bunch of training.
Yeah.
What's here in about a month? Got the biggest race on the planet.
Yeah.
What do you foresee going down at the Grands this year?
Man, I'll be training my butt off. Want to get in that main. I've actually never made a double A main event at the Grand, so I've been in the semi a lot, 5th in semi. I really want to get in there, be in the big show. You know, that's the goal.
Saturday night pro spectacular.
Yeah, and the
Grand.
day before, Friday, keep it rolling. You know, both days, and that's the goal. I had a good start to the season. Almost made every main, I think, at every race. Couple podiums, and took a break after, really since June. I haven't raced since June. Been training and doing some family stuff, and trying to figure things out there, and just get new into being dad and husband. So it's I guess learning.
It's a cool feeling.
It is, yeah, it is.
Being a father and a role, something you've got that's your blood. That's
Yeah.
your baby.
No, it's crazy. Like, he was in the stands while I'm doing gates, and I hear him, and it's distracting, but not, you know. But it's like, that's my boy over there, you know.
How's it do to your heart? That's just.
Oh yeah, it's you don't love anybody as much as you love your own flesh and blood. So
Yep. And everybody
It's
can
crazy.
tell you that till you have a baby, and then it's just
Yeah.
like, what? You want some of that? Yeah,
For sure.
That's love
For
right
sure.
there. So when, just to let everybody know, how old are you?
25.
You're 25
Yeah.
years old. When did you get on a BMX bike?
When I
and
was
hit the track?
4, so back in '97 is when I started BMX.
And a lot
racing.
of people know who your dad is.
Yeah,
I mean,
he started actually after me. My dad was always a water skier.
Big Bad Bill Sebesta.
Yeah, Wild Bill. Can't keep up with him. Can't do it still.
Dude's always got a smile on his face.
Oh yeah.
So you started at 4 years old?
4 years old, yeah. I started out at 9th Street, the dirt jumps, the trails down there. Actually met Chase Hawk, his dad. You know Chase Hawk, gold medalist.
Yes.
Freestyle. And they sent us to a bike shop, a local bike shop, and we checked it out there, and they sent us to the track, and went out to the track and really just stuck. Just something I like to do, and my dad enjoyed taking me out there and doing it. And then once he started racing, it was something we could do together and a family deal. And I think that's a big part of BMX is I feel like you can really only go as far as your parents will take you, you know?
Yeah. No, I think you're
Until
completely
you
correct.
hit, you're 17, 18, and then it's up to you to do it. But up until then, yeah, I thank my dad a lot for whooping my butt and keeping me in line and teaching me to be a man, you know.
When did you go pro?
I was 19 years old. So I did the 1927 at Grands
Yep.
and then turned. And I was in A Pro for about 4 months. And then they had a money limit. So, like, you hit $3,000. Once you make $3,000, you turn double A. And so I've been double A since middle of 2013. It's been
You
a
won
while
your
now.
first pro race here at DeSoto BMX.
Yeah, my first
I
double A
remember
race
that.
was here. Yeah, my first win. That was crazy.
You were super excited.
I was.
That
yeah.
was a big race.
It was.
It's one of the. Of course, we've had a lot of huge races here, but that one, if you go around and talk to the people that have been around for a long time,
Yeah.
and that are historians of DeSoto BMX, that's one of the races that a lot of people still talk about.
I mean, I'll never forget it. Of course, it's my first, and I haven't won a double A race since. I've had a couple podiums, and it's not easy thing to do when in double A. But that's
So
a
you've been
feeling.
doing a
That's
lot
a
of-
feeling I want to feel again. On top of that podium.
It's addicting, I bet.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of traveling this past
I have.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Where all you been, man?
Well, all around the U.S., of course, the National Series, and went to Colombia, which is cool in South America. Went to Argentina. Over in Europe, I've been to England and Belgium, Holland,
Nice.
the spots. Yeah,
That's cool.
living the dream.
So the
Thankful.
guy that I see you with a lot out here, and I can't get enough of him. He's just a super positive guy. I always love visiting with him. Seems like you're ride or die, Mr. Michael Flaherty.
Yeah,
Always kicking it with you, traveling.
yeah. He's a great guy.
He didn't come with y'all today.
No, he's actually in California with River and Kelly Reese racing, and Lemoore, I think, is the track. So
Little River Reese, LDC rider.
yeah, I think he got
Nice.
second today in Cruiser. He's been doing
Dude's
really
getting
good.
huge, man.
Yeah, he's growing and he's training.
His feet are like 4 foot long.
Yeah,
I was looking at his feet in the gate the
He's a
other
big
day.
kid.
I'm like, my God.
I know.
What was the last race you did, Tanner?
Last race I did was the end of May in Nashville, Tennessee, and I actually podiumed there. My last race I podiumed, so that was a good race. My family, my girl, and my son was there, and I feel like I've been racing better when they come to the races with me. I don't know if it keeps me distracted or what it is, but
A little extra motivation, right?
yeah, I think so. It's nice.
What something okay when the kiddos that are training and trying to get better in the sport, because
Yeah.
of course you're at the pinnacle of where they want to be.
Right.
They're like, okay, how can we make this work? And before I actually get to that point, I want to tell you, you're riding enough here and been coming out enough. We need to get you up on our wall of fame here.
That'd be
We
an
need a
honor.
big Tanner Sebesta poster.
That'd be an honor. KB's up there, huh?
Absolutely. Would you like to be next to him?
Heck yeah.
We can see what we can work out. We got Byron and Trinity behind. Why don't we work on that together? We'll get together on that and get a picture that
All
you
right.
like, and we'll get a banner made and get you up here on the Wall of Fame.
I'm sure
so
Kirby will be happy to give you a picture.
let's say we've got a big national. We've got a race about to go down. Let's just talk. Hell, this next year.
Yeah.
We got Super National Show April 5th, 6th, and 7th. When you show up and when y'all are about to race, what is your warm-up routine? What happens? Walk us through that morning, and then kind of what you're going to do up until race time. What goes on in your world? How do you got to prepare?
Really, I wake up and just try to keep the day as normal as possible, like I'm going to train or it's just an any ordinary day, and not overthink the whole situation, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grub. I make sure I eat plenty of food. That's key, is eating and being full out there. I think a lot of parents forget to feed their kids during the day, but food is energy and you need it all day long. But really, I just try to stay calm, and I kind of keep to myself. You know, I'll talk here and there, but I really like to keep to myself and really just kind of stay focused. And before each lap, I go and get away and go spin and breathe and get my mind right. And before I get in the gate, I pray for safety and to be fast. And whenever I get in the gate, I just breathe and relax and try not to think at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more relaxed you are, the lower you can get your heart rate, the faster you're going to be. You know, you don't want to be stressing or thinking in the gate about what you're going to do. You need to just get out there and do what you train to do. You know.
Did you get, when you became pro and you came up with your own regimen on kind of how you're going to get ready and what you're going to do, did you ask questions of other pros and other elites, or did you just kind of watch what they're doing and come up with your own thing?
I kind of watched what people did and kind of took it from there. I used to watch Bubba Harris all the time and watch how he acted, and he's always kind of that bad guy, like cut to himself and would go throw it out on the track, and when he got off the track he would chill out. But yeah, I think everybody has to find their own routine, so you can go out there and ride that best lap every time and be at your best lap and not be like, oh, that was a bad lap, that's why I didn't make it. You never want to come across the finish line saying that, you know. And I feel like it's all won or lost in the gate. So if I give any tips to any kids about training, it's like, of course you need to be smooth on the track, you need to be smooth and comfortable on your bike, but you really need to be able to get to the 30-foot line and to the first jump so you can get out front and control the race and not have to worry about, then you can bonk out when you're in front or pull away if you're smooth, you know. It simplifies everything.
Like one of the reasons I asked that question about who you watched and your prep, and did you ask a lot of questions when I see young and up and comers?
Yeah.
Thomas Sechrist, for instance. You know, you and I had a discussion about him not too long ago, and kind of my feelings of him and watching him from when, you know, he was one of these kids right here, and watched him grow and get bigger and work out and get faster, and he wants to be in this group so bad.
Right.
You can just see it and feel it from him. How much does a kid like that, who you know is serious, pick your brain and ask questions? And
all the time, you know. He's asking questions all the time.
do you welcome that from all riders?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the more you talk about what you do, I feel like it helps you, you know, helps you gain knowledge even, you know. Just talking out loud about what you're supposed to do out here. Or I give him advice on what to do in the gym or what to do on the track for certain days or how to get out of the gate. And I'll tell him and he'll remind me of what to do as well, you know. It makes sense.
Well, who is not? I don't want to influence the decision at all by the person we just talked about, but when it comes to the next round of up and comers,
Yeah.
who do you have your eye on that you think, man, here in a few years, these kids are going to be absolute holy terrors through the whole, from I would say 15x up? Give us like 3 or 4 that you just are.
Well,
in
number
awe of.
1 would be Dylan Wood. It's crazy. Like, I remember training him when he was an intermediate. You
Yeah.
know. Kyle Bennett used to train him as well, and it's crazy to see how far he's come and watch him grow and get better. Like, that kid
He's
has so
insane.
much skill, and I just did gates with him actually on Monday in Houston, and kid's fast, and I'm proud of him, and it's awesome to see. I love his dad and his mom, and
Yeah.
got great shoulders, head on his shoulders.
He's just a good kid too.
yeah.
I love. He's so
Definitely.
humble,
He is. He's a good
almost
kid.
humble to a fault, because you don't expect that ferociousness and fierce
Right.
person. You're like, man, he's so sweet. Like, how is he going to? He gets out front and be like,
I know.
that's how.
I know.
He's stupid good.
For other kids, honestly, I helped train River Reese, and he's been coming up fast.
Yeah.
I know he's younger than 15, but just watching him, what he's doing right now, I'm just really proud of him and seeing how far he's come. But really, within the last year, I've seen him switch it from not making mains at nationals to being on the podium.
Yeah.
And I think it really just takes believing and just racing, and have parents that are willing to go through the hard times and good times with you. You know.
Well, if you're going to have a parent behind you, Kelly Reese is a good one.
Yeah. Definitely.
That dude, I just have a special place in my heart for Kelly Reese
Yeah.
and what he does for a lot. He don't have to know you, and
No, he's a great
he'll lay
man,
his
great
life
friend.
down for anybody.
Definitely.
He always sends me these little text messages through the day, like
Inspirational
peace
quotes.
and love, and I look forward to him.
For sure.
He's a busy guy and runs a big business, and always trying to provide for River and make sure he's got what he needs. But it's just a special moment when you know he thought about you and send you something. I don't know. I'm in awe of that guy. I really dig Kelly.
He's amazing.
So I got a question for you, Tanner. This is something
Yeah.
I've always wondered since I've seen you out here. So
Yeah.
your team is mainly Speedco's. Why do you run the throwdown bike?
So I worked out a deal with Gold's Gym on what frames to run. Basically, kind of had to do with financial help and Throwdown wanted to step up and help me out, and
Nice.
support me more. So I love the frame. I actually, when I won this national here, I was on. The team wasn't called Throwdown at the time. It was called S Squared, but it's the same owner, the same
Okay.
team owner, and when I talked to him earlier this year about riding their frames, they were all about it, and it was just a perfect fit for me to do.
Cool.
Great people, and they're willing to help, which is nice.
Yeah.
Got to support the family. So
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what is so we've got the Grands next month, and then I want to know what we can look forward to in Tanner Sebesta's world next year. What is 2000? Because I know you're planning now for stuff that's happening
Right.
next year. What's going down next year? What's the big thing we're looking toward?
next year, I'm really just going to be going for the USA Series and just performing as best I can at those, and do the World Cups if I'm funded by the USA team. Go to all those across seas, and really just show up and show out. Have fun and stay healthy and
Well,
enjoy riding my bike.
It's kind of odd because there's a few people, outside of getting to visit with you. I'm a big fan. I don't know. I try to. I don't know. It's kind of weird being friends with you
For sure.
and being a fan. I'm geeked out anytime we get an opportunity to watch you ride. Here at DeSoto BMX, we're going to be throwing down probably. I'm trying to do a solid 4 to 5 big pro-ams with at least $2,000 at each one this next year. We'd
Wow.
love to have you.
I'll be
and
here.
I know you're always willing to throw down between your national racing, the pro series, and everything that you have to do. Any opportunity that we can to throw a racing and have you here racing, we definitely want you here. And we just can't thank you enough. And for everything that you do in the sport, and just watching you grow and throw down the way you have. But other than that, man, is there anybody you want to throw a shout out to? Sponsors, anybody? We're happy.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank to my sponsors this year, Gold's Gym and Throwdown and Box Components and Rhino Power Energy for helping me out and supporting me this year. And thanks to my loving girlfriend and my son and family and friends. And thank you, Chris, for having me and
Tanner Sebesta.
having a great track for us to ride.
Absolutely. At the Grands, Billy and I, Blaine and I are going to have a setup. We're going to be doing some episodes of this. I know you're going to be getting ready for racing, and there's certain things that you have to do, but we'd love to have you on. I kind of want to get an insight of how you're feeling, if it's not too close, how you're feeling for those races and maybe some before and afters, good or bad.
Yeah.
I want to know real emotion and real stuff and really how you're feeling. And I would love to you to be a part of that. We'll do it at the Grands and talk to you before the racing and after the racing. Just kind of put it all together and see what somebody on your level has to go through in the reality of it.
Cool.
And I hope to God you win.
Thank you.
I would love to see that.
Thank you.
Tanner Sebesta,
I'll do my
thank
best.
you very, very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Ladies
Thanks,
and
Blaine.
gentlemen,
Tanner. Nice to meet you.
AA Elite Pro Tanner Sebesta. He's out here hanging out with us tonight, DeSoto BMX under the big top here in DeSoto, Texas. Get ready. The Grands are going down next month. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Ford Expo Center. Get ready for the greatest race on earth. And, man, we just can't thank Mr. Tanner Sebesta enough. So, y'all, God bless you, and peace out, Tanner.
Thank you. Go Texas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just wrapped up an awesome night of racing here at DeSoto BMX under the big top here in DeSoto, Texas. Talked to a bunch of awesome people tonight. Man, best wishes for Chris Novi. Took a dinger there down that third and final straightaway in that rhythm section. Been eating them up, chewing them, spitting them out, and all kinds of stuff. Seems like anybody that goes down in that rhythm section leaves in a lit box.
Yeah, it's not funny, but man, I'll tell you.
No,
I think what it is when you get over that second high roller is when they start getting out of shape, and it takes until that third roller after is when they just lose it.
Yes, and I mean, back in the house tonight, I've seen Leland Hill and Douglas Harwell at the state championship. Doug Harwell, he took a bad one and had his femur worked on, and Leland had his kidney worked on, and but they were back out here tonight. Good to see those guys. Leland was riding. Mr. Harwell, he's rolling around here on his crutch, but good to see him back in the business. But hey, we got our last guest tonight. We want to throw down, talk to this young fella, and kind of see where his head's at leading into the Grands, and kind of what's on his plate in for 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Thomas Sechrist, factory pure rider, lifetime DeSoto BMX rider. Him and his family been here forever, raced with his sister, his brother, but he's the one that's kind of stuck it out and putting in all the hard work for years and years and years. Thank you for joining us, Thomas. And we just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes, kind of see where your head's at and see what you got going on. And so what's up, buddy?
Nothing much. Thank you for having me come out tonight. I've been coming out here since like 2013, 12 years old. Been loving it since then, since I got on the track, first lap. Been loving it. What are we, like 33 days from Grands?
Yep, 33 days.
Been trying to put in some work, trying to get in that Grands main event. Hopefully.
I remember when you first started riding out here. I think I even watched your very first race.
Yeah, I had a blue colored jeans on. I remember those. That was the first time I got on the track. Borrowed a friend's bike, hopped on the track.
You were pretty squirrely.
Yeah.
You were pretty squirrely back then. So what was your first big win?
My first win?
Yeah.
Well, I started racing about 2.5 months before Grands of 2013.
Yep.
Went out to Grands, raced it, novice, riding on my clips, made mains, and won by a full straight. That was my first big win. And then
First big win is Grands, man.
Yeah.
That's hard to
How do
beat.
you back that up at a local win or the local race?
I've been getting in a few main events in the 1720 class. It's pretty hard in that one. We got a lot of riders. It's going to be pretty hard at Grands. We're going to have a lot of riders, a lot of fast riders.
Yeah,
Who do you go ahead? I'm
I was
sorry.
just gonna say that class is just insane.
It's not going to be easy. That's for dang sure. What mountain are you going to have to climb at the Grands? I mean, where do you see yourself? What's a realistic goal?
I'm just trying to get in the main event.
There you
That's
go.
all I'm trying to go for. It's gonna be really, really hard to get in that. I got a lot of fast riders like Tristan Judd, Justin the Juice Richmond, a lot of big riders like that. Some big boys.
Well, with that being said, what is your what's your preparation like? What do you think is the one aspect that you've got to work on to get yourself in that main?
Definitely jumping. I didn't hit the. I was kind of scared last year to hit the pro set. My second round on I think it was Friday. I rolled up the pro set and just crashed. I was scared going up to it. There are definitely some big jumps. I get scared easily about that. But that's one thing I've been working on going in Grands this year. Just jumping a lot.
I mean, what you're doing here going into that second turn, I mean, that's a massive triple right there.
What is that, like 27 foot?
Actually, it's 31.
Oh, 31. Okay.
Yeah,
31
if
foot.
you're hitting that triple, you've got the pro set at Grands.
Yeah, there's no. I think that's what a lot of kids are like, oh, I can't clear that. I'm like, well, you're jumping like an obstacle over here. That double coming down the final straightaway. They don't want to hit that, but I'll watch them almost clear this one, and it's like, man, you're jumping twice that far over here. So I mean, the way that you hit that, you even have to check up going into it, so you don't over jump it.
Yeah.
You go with the mindset that you do. I know it's going to be a different obstacle. It's going to be, set up a lot different. But just keep in mind, going into turn 2 here at DeSoto, you've got the distance to cover it, the speed. You've got it.
Yeah, it's something I've just been working on and just trying to jump more.
I think one of the things about the pro set at Grands, every year that I've seen it, they always set it up so that the lip will be a lot taller and steeper. So a guy like you're probably going to have to push through it.
Yeah, probably.
But that should be easy.
It's going to be there. I've already heard the decision maker is going to be there.
Nice. That was cool last year, watching the ones that, and you could even see it in them as they were coming out of that turn. They hadn't decided yet. And then it's kind of like, you see that little twitch, and they're like, all right, well, let's do it. But the ones that are committed before that turn are the ones that were making it. Don't second guess yourself. If you're going to go.
Yeah, if you're going to hit something that big, you've got to be head in first, 100%. You can't just be second guessing yourself. You're going to hurt yourself pretty bad.
Yeah, but I have all the confidence in the world. You come out of there and you just hit it. You're going to be just fine. Just get it down, watch a lot, and I'm excited to watch you race the Grands, man. It's going to be something else. We have just got such a stacked group of riders that come through here a lot during the year, and our local riders that have ever, Cameron Wing. He's going to hit it. I guarantee you, and yourself and Tristan and. Yeah, you know what? I think I even heard Rider X kind of commit a little bit. I think I might have to do it. We'll see.
I think if they make it the way they did last year, you're almost going to have to hit it in order to get in the main.
Yeah, to be competitive, absolutely.
That amateur side was way longer. I can't even remember how much longer it was, but it was pretty long.
I don't
really long.
remember the footage, but I know the time was insane. If you could clear through that pro set, you definitely had yourself in the spot that you went into it a couple spots ahead of that. So, with that being said about the Grands, what is 2019 going to be for you? Because that's just one race. It's a huge race. It's the biggest race we do, but let's say we just took the Grands out of the factor. What's 2019 going to be for Thomas Sechrist? What is your goals? Because I know you're already looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn A pro for next year. I'm looking forward to getting the gate with the big guys. I've been training with Damien Lacombe. He's been getting me ready. To get train with the big guys, go head to head with them. I think I can do it. I have my confidence is up a little more than it was last year. Had a few downers, crashing, breaking stuff, but definitely coming back, feeling good.
I mean, turning A pro, that's a big leap. What was the deciding factor in that?
It's for sure going to be a little bit more easy than the 1720, I believe. We've got a lot of riders in that 1720.
I was just talking about this with another guy on our team. We were talking about it last night, actually. You're seeing a lot of these guys like yourself who, like you just said, you turn A pro, you almost have an easier gate than you do.
Yeah, and I'm looking to make a little money in it too.
Yeah, I mean you're getting to that age where that's got to be a factor now, right? So that's cool. What races did you hit this year for nationals?
I think I hit maybe 6 or 7 races. I made 4 main events. I know I did pretty good. Past few races I didn't make the main event. My head wasn't in it.
I mean, if you're hitting 6 races and doing 4 main events, that's good in your class.
Yeah. My first race of the year, I think it was Sooner Nationals. That was my first race of the year, making my first main event of 1720. It was definitely hard, but it was a little confidence booster of the year, getting me up there.
Sometimes that's all it takes. How about Supercross? Do you ever do any of those?
I haven't hit a Supercross yet. I've been wanting to, but I haven't been able to go to any races with funding.
Yeah, that part of it is definitely. I mean, that's what keeps a lot of people from doing the majority of it. If they had access to the funding and the sponsorship, to get themselves there, it's a whole different story in the training. And yeah, definitely. But hey, you start, putting yourself out there, making phone calls. Hey,
Yeah.
tell them I'll give you 1,000,000%. You get me there, I'm gonna definitely get your name out there.
I'm still truly blessed that I was able to go to those races. My parents helped me out, my team manager doing all this stuff for me, and all the people that helped me out, giving me rides, places. I'm blessed for that.
Yes, absolutely. So 2019 A Pro, man, that's a tall order, but I'm telling you right now, if anybody can make it work and make it happen, it's going to be you, Thomas. Super stoked to see what happens in that. I mean, I'm glad to have another name that we're going to be able to look at and pay attention on the pro side to see what you can do with that. So going into the grands, what's your training like? What are you doing each week to get yourself prepared and ready? Outside of riding with Damien, and I mean, you're here every practice night, every race night. You're on the track, you're riding, you're putting in the laps. What are you doing outside of the track as far as your diet and working out?
Just going to the gym, trying to go every day, just working out as hard as I can, doing a lot of core, getting my core a lot stronger. Got to hit the big jumps, come out the gate strong, clean. And my diet, my diet's pretty strict. I cut out sodas. I have maybe 1 soda every 2-3 weeks. It's definitely a big thing. Big thing with turning up like that. You gotta eat healthy, for sure.
You ain't eating Taco Bell all day, every day.
I mean, something like that, like a cheat meal, is okay every once in a while. You gotta have those.
Nice. Well, I mean, I couldn't be more excited for you.
Well, thank you.
I think you're going to be able to run out of it, and definitely, I'm glad to see. And this is just my opinion. I would rather see riders, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but take time to get into the A Pro. You're racing 17, 20, all that good business. But if you're going to turn pro, hit A Pro, get experience for a couple years in that low class. If you win a couple races, you do see it where people just, I'm going to turn AA Elite and run at, get up there with Joris, and it's not reality. It might be for one race and one lap, but the level of that riding and experience, just soak it up.
Yeah.
Any opportunity you get, do it. But just learning that A Pro class and take your time, and I think I just think you're going to do phenomenal. I think it's going to work out. I think
Well,
it's
thank you for
a
that.
recipe for success.
I think the biggest thing with the pro class that I've seen is you can't make mistakes. You know, one little bonk on a hill, you'll go from first to fourth. There was a kid in Florida. I forget his name now. I want to say Cameron Larson. Is he?
Yes.
Okay, so I think he was A Pro. He went from amateur to A Pro to double A Pro all this year, and he was running like third place. The kid is just unreal. But you know what? I was watching him, and he just doesn't make the mistakes. You know, he's always hitting his marks every single rhythm section, and that's honestly what. Even in your class right now, it's the same thing.
Yeah, one little mistake and you're definitely falling behind.
Yep.
Yeah, it's. I mean, nobody, not if the gate was 16 riders, 16 riders wide, coming out of that gate, everybody can get gates. Everybody's got that pedal. It's just the one. Who is going to be the one person that bobbles and makes that small mistake? And it's that mental game. I mean, everybody's got the talent.
Anything could happen
It's
in
just
that.
who's strong mentally and can handle it, that race, that lap, or what's going on. You know, how did you sleep? How did you eat? How do you feel? Do you have a headache? Not have a headache? But yeah, I'm just, man, it just kind of turns up the excitement level for me personally. To know that's going down. And you're probably, of course, we know, not the only rider in BMX that's going to be doing this. We're going to have a whole new crop of, not from here, I'm talking BMX as a whole new crop of brand new A Pro riders, and it's going to throw a stick in some spokes, and it's just going to be interesting to see who can pull that off.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm feeling good, feeling hyped for it. I have
Well,
plenty of people standing behind me in my corner supporting me.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a track like this where any given Monday night you can come out and ride with Damien, Billy, Shaylin, I mean, you can do it.
Tanner, yeah, it's deep here. It's deep here, and any aspect of riding, whether it be gates, power, skill, whatever, jumping. You've got elites here to work with that's all good at their own thing, and if you can take a piece of 4 or 5 different puzzles, I mean, I look up here at the wall, from Byron Patterson being a vet pro to Yo Thatch, Justin Dotson, Alec Bob, Shaylin Reno, Billy Russell, and the ones that come into town, plus what the talent you have on your own is phenomenal. And you just put all that, and you just take notes from these other riders and put it together with what you got, and see if there's a piece of your own pie that's missing. If you can slide that in there, man, ooh, that's just you can surpass anybody if you put your mind to it. And I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Well, you got anybody you want to throw some shout outs to?
Just my family, Damien Lacombe. Just want to show them some love. You got to thank my sponsors, Pure Avian, Sins, Avian. Just thank y'all for doing everything for me. Means a lot. I'm ready for it.
Rock and roll. Well, just 33 days left, and we'll be checking in with you definitely at the Grand. So we're going to be set up with Chris's Corner podcast out there. And yeah, we'll definitely be talking to you, picking your brain, seeing where you're at. But I just want to touch on one thing. Just don't forget this. This is my personal biggest thing. I know a lot of riders, as you do. Blaine knows a lot of riders, and well, that's all we do. It's all we're around.
Yeah.
When pro is just an abbreviation for professional, and I think when these riders turn pro, sometimes, and I do mean sometimes, the term pro just gets thrown. I'm pro. Well, there's a difference in, I guess, being on paper a pro and being a professional in your sport. Don't ever forget being a professional, wearing your gear, being a role model for other kids, and just being a true professional in your sport. You're taking that step to become more mature and really representing the sport as a whole. And if you keep going like you're going right now, you're going to be phenomenal at it. So, but yeah, I would just like to see the professionalism in the sport be represented a little bit more. And that's not to knock anybody, because it's a learning process. And that's just really big to me personally is hearing, like the guy we were talking to earlier. I've seen that guy in the beginning, and it was like, oh, helter-skelter, and now it's just rock solid. You know what you're doing mentally, and you got a game plan, and you treat people right. And that's one of the guys to model after for sure. Tanner is such a good guy, and you can watch him around kids. I mean, heck, he has kids of his own now. Yep.
There's definitely pros, and I think this goes with any sport. But there's pros that I've watched at nationals push kids out of the way at the finish line and just keep riding.
Yeah.
And then there's guys like Tanner. So, I mean, you got some good role models here to look up to, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's definitely someone I like to chase around the track. I try to pull him every once in a while. I get him when he's practicing on flats and I'm on clips.
Well, Thomas Sechrist, we really appreciate you. We're going to be checking up with you kind of as we get closer to the Grands and at the Grands, and definitely after, and kind of where you're set up moved into next year. Ladies and gentlemen, we had an absolutely phenomenal night here at DeSoto BMX under the big top here in DeSoto, Texas. The racing was on point. It was great. We had a lot of motos. I mean, the intermediate older guy class, I want to say that was 40-year-olds out there. We had 8 riders, took 7 to the main, and my goodness, there was just some good racing all the way around from we had 13 balance bike riders tonight. We had 3 racks of balance bike riders, and just phenomenal bike action. So we're just super excited. Want to just say that we hope Chris Novi's okay, and everything works out for him. And want to thank you as always, Blaine. Appreciate you being here, setting everything up. This is just a phenomenal thing to be a part of. Everybody that's listening, thank you for letting us be a part of your day, and you listening, thank you for letting us be a part of your lives and be in your lives when you're out here at the track. It's an honor, and just want to thank you very, very much. And as we say each and every time that we get an opportunity to talk to anybody out there, and before I say that, do you have anything you want to finish with?
The only thing that I would want to say is, if for the people who are listening to this, subscribe to it, get the word out. If you guys have kids that you want to be interviewed, let us know. We are more than happy to have them on. And if you have any ideas for content that you guys want to hear, let us know.
Yes, and from, I don't care if like we talked to a couple parents. I want to hear that. I want to have discussions with people that are parents in the sport, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, their perspective of what BMX is, because everybody's a part of it. It's an all-inclusive sport, and I want the people in the stands to understand they're just as important as the people on the track, and it's one big collaborative group of brains around here, and feelings and emotions, and I want everybody to feel good about themselves, and I want to interview everybody and talk to them all. I mean, we're going to come across some really neat people, and probably a perspective. We might learn something we never knew or thought, by doing that. And
I guess that is the caveat: positive content.
Absolutely.
Because I've had people already want me to blow someone out and talk about. We're not going to stir up a can of worms on here.
Nope, that's not what it's about. Nobody will ever get tore down on Chris's Corner of any sort, whether it's our Facebook Live that we do on Wednesday nights here from the track or this show. We're about building people up, making them feel better. And with that being said, all right, I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on, enjoying the show. And I just want to really emphasize one thing that we always say each and every time that I'm blessed enough to be on Chris's Corner Live on Wednesdays or the Chris's Corner podcast. Listen, do me a favor. When you're out there and you see somebody down, lift them up and give somebody a hug. It'll make you a better person. God bless you, and peace out.